And welcome back to Western New York Living. Do these symptoms sound familiar to you? Maybe you have tired, throbbing, or a heavy feeling in your legs after you stand or work for a while. Well, these symptoms are not normal and can often be alleviated by a very simple and minimally invasive procedure with very little downtime. It's time we head over to Winsong Radiology Group to find out more about the venous vein closure procedure. They say stats do not lie, but I'm sure many people would be surprised to find out nearly 25% of adults 18 years and older are afflicted with venous reflux disease, or a more serious form of venous disease called chronic venous insufficiency. Strangely enough, many people who suffer from this disease do not even realize they have it, even though the symptoms are very noticeable in their legs.
I had leg pain, I had swelling, I had cramping, and I thought I was just getting old. But as the swelling became more prominent, the pain became more prominent, and that's when I heard this term venous insufficiency, which I had never known before and know very well now.
Dr. Dana Dunleavy at Winsong Vein Care has focused his career on vein treatment procedures and has seen many patients just like Joe. He's not surprised that more people do not realize they suffer from venous insufficiency.
I think my ignorance of what venous insufficiency was, I never knew veins had valves in them. And then that's how the blood was pooling, was those valves just weren't working the way they should.
For Joe, the next step was to find a treatment for his problem, which led him to Dr. Dunleavy, who considers him a perfect patient for the venous vein closure treatment. It's a new FDA-approved procedure covered by most insurances.
Just understanding the evolution of vein treatment, starting with vein stripping, where we surgically took the vein out of the body, and that helped, but it has a lot of trauma and morbidity associated with it, to the next generation of thermal or radiofrequency ablation. And that is really the standard of care right now. But we've always been looking for something that doesn't require so many needles, because that's the uncomfortable part of the procedure. And now with VenaSeal, you can do the entire length of the vein and close it down without having to insulate or numb the vein at all. The amazing thing about VenaSeal is because you don't feel all the heaviness and achiness of the numbing solution, you can actually appreciate the improvement the same day. So feeling like your legs are lighter, more energetic, not as swollen, less fatigue. So people feel like they just overall have more energy and are more excited to exercise or do the activities they enjoy.
Just the ability to come home after a long day, and sometimes my days are 12, 14 hours, depending on evening events. So the reality was that I could come home and my legs wouldn't be swollen. There were times I'd actually put them in cold water just to try to reduce the swelling. Again, it feels like I have new legs. From the knees down, it is truly like I'm bionic.
Dr. Dunleavy said both men and women can suffer from venous insufficiency and said the disease often leads to other health problems.
It's kind of a bad cycle that people have where they get varicose veins and then they become less active, which will worsen the symptoms associated with it. And so now we're starting the opposite, where once you fix that, now people feel like, gee, it's easier for me to exercise and I can lose weight, which is going to help with how they feel as well.
What this did for me was gave me the desire and the ability to get active again. And with the procedure being completed, I think that's when I began to realize, my God, that was the reason I felt the way I did.
To find out more about the VenaSeal vein closure procedure, you can head over to Winsong Radiology Group's website, which is winsongradiology.com. There you'll find information on this minimally invasive procedure and all the other services and treatments they provide. You can also give them a call at 929-9484. Their main offices are located at 55 Spindrift Drive in Williamsville. Now, coming up next, we're going to tell you how you can take part in the 22nd Annual Hospice Memorial Walk. It takes place at Canal Side, and it's filled with wonderful activities for the entire family. Western New York Living will continue.
Special consideration for today's show paid for by the following: